Hello, amazing people. How are you guys doing? I trust every one of you is doing really very, very fine today. Okay. And still on the Ooni of Ife stories that are coming out, Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi stories, like I always say, is a story that will never have an end. And every day comes with its different narrative and dimensions. Okay. So today I'm bringing a story, that I have titled "Tradition versus Freedom." Should Queen Naomi continue to wait for Ooni of Ife or move on already? Okay, I'm sure this title is going to resonate with a lot of us because these are some of the issues or questions that have been hanging, for a very long time now. Okay, now the story of Queen Naomi has always been that of sacrifice, love and pain, as a result of being caught between two worlds. That is Christianity and the African custom and tradition. Okay. For every step she tried, and she tried to take towards freedom all this while. The chains of tradition has always pulled her back. And I know you guys understand what I'm talking about here. Every time she takes some steps, towards getting freedom, the chains of tradition, has always been there, one way or the other, to pull her back. The unfortunate stampede, that happened on the 18th of December 2024, was a turning point for their relationship. I'm talking about the relationship between Ooni of Ife, that's our dear Kabiyesi, and our dear Queen Naomi, as expected, finally cried. After that stampede, a lot of people be of the opinion that the relationship will finally crash, following Ooni of Ife's alleged indifference, at the beginning of the incident. Don't forget at the beginning of this incident, Oni was kind of cold, even though the rumors were out there that he was walking on the ground. But the feelers we got openly, most of us Queen Naomi fans was that maybe he wasn't doing enough, okay? Because we couldn't see, especially when you just oppose that with what he was doing in the other world, doing his going for his event, being seen with his wife, just carrying on life like nothing happened. If he just opposed that with what was going on in a Agodi correctional facility, and for him to say he's doing enough, there wasn't any correlation. So that is what I'm talking about. So for those who have that opinion, you cannot really blame them, okay? Because her lengthy stay at the Agodi Correctional Facility was actually to, ensure that was done to, so that according to the plot of the evil traducers, who initially wanted to take her off the radar completely, was what really happened. Okay, because her traducers meant to actually buy her, according to the initial report we got, and they tried that thing. They didn't succeed. They tried to buy their enemy's son. It didn't work, and they had to now unleash that. Is it Iroko tree now? That fell mysteriously. And that stampede had to happen, and unfortunately it led to the dying of those 35 innocent kids. Okay, so but like I said, the real plan was to take this woman out of the equation completely, far away from Ooni of Ife, so that those her traducers who planned this thing will now have Ooni of Ife to himself. That is what the rumor was saying at that time. So when the plan failed, they orchestrated that mayhem that followed, like I said. Let me not bore you with the other details which is out there in the social media. You guys already know this story more than I do right now. So fast forward, to Queen Naomi being granted the once elusive bail, okay? Thank God she finally got it. Yes, because at some stage it was becoming extremely difficult. But thank God, like I said, she got the elusive bail. And kudos to our dear KBC for the alleged role he played in making it happen. Few days to her bail, pregnancy rumor emerged. Then followed that, he followed that. Then came that his Ooni of Ife's public show of love and support for Queen Naomi. Since then, rumor has it he has been making attempts to reconcile, even in the face of wife number seven rumor. Okay, so this whole thing is really funny. On one hand, he's trying to, publicly show love and concern to Queen Naomi, which eventually culminated to that beautiful bill that was granted. Now he's on one hand again, he's trying to also, I mean, curry Queen Naomi's attention, maybe reconciliation or whatever. And in the face of this is the rumor of wife number seven. So where are we? One step forward, one step backward. I don't understand. I don't even know how to describe this anymore. Okay. So he's speaking of love, but his actions, seems to betray every step he makes towards Queen Naomi. How could Queen Naomi trust a man who promised exclusivity but adorned himself with wives like jewels? Wow. She had watched, as wife number five became number six, and now whispers of a seventh has rippled through the courts, and the palace walls, as we have it today. Yet, there were nights when his words softened, her resolve, wherein he had said in the past, "You are my light, Naomi." His voice heavy with the weight of custom. "You are the mother of my son, my spiritual anchor. Without you, I am adrift." Hmm. Sweet words, but these sweet words, are they assuring enough? If I may ask, are they assuring? Because we know that our dear KBC is gifted with words, and this is not the first time we're hearing it. But the thing is, are these words reassuring enough? Okay. For some, his words were proof of his love. But for her loyal supporters like you and I who are listening to the sound of my voice at this time, they have always sounded like the tactics of a man desperate to keep what he benefits, to keep what benefits him. Okay? They believe, she was nothing more than a spiritual shield, a source of divine favor that the king could not afford to lose. Yes, this has always been the rumor. A lot of people have said it that Queen Naomi's spiritual strength, is part of the shield that is covering our dear Kabiesi. And it's like no other person that the Kabiesi himself knows this. And that is one of the reasons, according to what the rumor mill is saying, is the reason why he seemed not to be able to let off Queen Naomi completely. Okay? So Queen Naomi was alleged to have signed, as she engaged in an inner dialogue. We all do have this our inner dialogue from time to time, right? So it is being reported that in one of those inner dialogue, okay, one part, was saying to her, "Do not return to him. Your soul deserves peace, not endless sacrifices for a man who will never change. He plays a game and you are the pawn." Wow. In fact, a lot of people have made this kind of insinuations in the past and they still keep making it. And sometimes there's a way our dear KBC will do certain things. You begin to, want to believe this, what is being said right now, okay? Because sometimes there's no correlation between what he says and the actual thing that happens, on ground, So that is it. Another part told a different story when Queen Naomi was having this inner dialogue, according to the story. And this second part was saying, "Queen Naomi, think of your son. The palace is his rightful home. You are too young to live without a husband. Tradition demands it, and so does love. Sometimes sacrifice is worth the price." Wow, wow. A lot of people actually belong to this school of thoughts. I see some of your comments. A lot of people believe, okay, please just go back, have all your remaining kids there, make sure Tadenika has younger siblings, blah, blah, blah. No price is too high to pay. But is it really true that some prices are not too high to pay for love? I'm just asking, okay? So the conflicting inner dialogue mirrored her own inner turmoil. She loved her son, Tadenikao, and wanted to give him siblings, and had always wanted to give him siblings. But at what cost, if I may ask, my people? At what cost? Ooni of Ife was rumored to have said at some stage that he wanted that to happen as well. Recall that yours sincerely did a story around that as well, okay? So, is the current pregnancy rumor a reason for Ooni of Ife's recent increased affection towards Queen Naomi? The idea of turning to the palace with its politics, the idea of returning to the palace with its politics, expectations, at the presence of other queens, I mean, I did really what it should be. Yet the thought of remaining alone, ostracized by society that viewed unmarried women as incomplete, felt equally suffocating. I can feel this really, okay? It's unfortunate that we have a society where, as a young lady, if you're not with a man, if you're not married, you are seen like something is wrong with you. And that is really very, very unfortunate because it shouldn't be that way, okay? Ooni of Ife, was rumored to have recently sent her a rare gift, a beautiful carved sculpture of two birds, their wings intertwined, along with I think Ooni of Ife, according to the story, put a note, and in this note, it reads, "In this union, we find strength. Let us be one again." Wow, this is our KBC, Sha. So Naomi was reported to have stared at the gift for hours. Was this love or manipulations? Did they truly want her or did they need her? These questions consumed her thought throughout the day. In the face of all this, her spiritual convictions added another layer to her struggle. There are layers and layers that are being added every day. She had always believed that her purpose, was to serve God, but was staying with the but was staying with the Ooni of Ife part of that purpose or a distraction from it? As the day turned into weeks, Naomi continued to find herself at crossroads. She knows she cannot possibly wait forever. The weight of indecision was taking a toll on her mental health, and she fears losing herself in the process. So, what's next for her, if I may ask? But finally, one morning, she called her closest confidants. "I have made my decision," she said, her voice steady, but her eyes glistening with unsaid tears. The identity of those of that close confidant is not known as at the time I was making this report, but that person, we are told, is a very, very close confidant, okay? So the palace is waiting, for a response. And so are the rest of us. I'm talking about you and I. We want to know what that response is. Has she made up her mind to go back to the Ooni of Ife? Or she has made up her mind to take a walk once and for all? Will she choose love, freedom, or something in between? Only time will tell if the throne she left behind was truly silent, or if the Ooni of Ife's heart had spoken the truth all along. Now, this is really very interesting. But what's your take on this unfortunate dilemma that our dear Queen Naomi has found herself? Please leave your comment in the comment section. I want to meet you right there. Okay? Don't forget that, like I always say, these stories, are based on speculations, rumors, and must not be taken as a fact. Okay? But I really want to know what you think about this. What do you think what should Queen Naomi do at this time? Okay? Let's have your opinion. Let's have your opinion at the comment section. Okay? I'm going to be back soon. God bless you. Bye bye.